Hey, what's up? How you doing today? In today's video, what I'm going to show you how to do is just one simple thing that makes a ton of difference for a lot of videos when the audio is on, often for things like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, YouTube InStream. And it's basically making a custom intro shot, so that first 3 or 4 seconds when whatever your voiceover is being said, how to grab the attention. So for instance, if you've watched my other videos or been on my email list, taken any of my courses, things like this, one of the things that I talk about a lot is how important it is to be calling out the person you're after. So for instance, if you're after homeowners or people of a certain age or people in a certain geo or certain genders or whatever it might be, you know, what I'm going to show you as a demo here is for a UK life insurance ad. So in this, it might be like, look, if you've got kids under 16 in the UK, listen to this. And we're doing this with an AI spokesperson, which we're creating with HeyGen's new Avatar 5 animator tool, which is super cool, by the way. But the purpose of this exact little tutorial I'm going to show you is how we use Kling 2.5 Turbo. Kling is a text to video or image to video processing tool, generative model. And I find this one to be the most effective right now for either making custom B-roll or animating shots that we take. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. What we're going to do, I've got a couple images I'm going to pull up here on my screen like this, right? So we're going to take this or this, and we're going to animate this type of shot, which will be our first intro of saying, hey, if you've got kids under 16 in the UK, listen to this. They're holding a Union Jack flag. It's we can assume a mom with a kid who, long and behold, is under 16. So let's take a look at how we do this. To do this, we're using replicate.com, where we've got a account. I've just got back from a run, which is why I still have my running jacket on. I just wanted to get this video done because I have to make these right now for someone on our team that's making a video. So I thought I'd record it. So Replicate is a credit-based system. What you're able to do is sign up, you get an account. There's 2 ways to use it. You can use their playground, which I'm going to show you here, or you can actually use their API to access a crap ton of different generative models, which I'll show you in another video where we've actually built agent processes with Manus AI or make.com, where we're able to create like 100 pieces of B-roll on the fly with Replicate for another video. But today, let's make a custom intro shot. So I've generated this visual here. I made this visual with Flux 1 Dev, I believe is the model we did, right? In another video, actually, I'm going to do some comparisons of the best generative tools, which one seems to get you the best quality, because while the people talk about Flux or Midjourney or DALL-E or all these different generative tools, but then there's like 100 different versions of those tools inside of themselves, and they don't all give the same output. I digress. Let's hop in here. So what are we going to do? So I've already used Kling Turbo here a couple times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for Kling up here. 2.5 Turbo Pro. We're going to pull that up, right? So here's what we got here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We have a bunch of different tools here. We can do negative prompt. We can do our actual prompt. We can put our starting image, which is what I'm going to drag in here. This is the one we want to do, right? Starting image, right? So we're going to take this. Now, first thing I'm going to do here for this is going to go talking 4K stock footage. I'm going to explain why in a minute here. That's negative prompt. Now, I use WhisperFlow, which is a speech-to-text tool to do most of my prompt writing. So I'm going to speak my prompt in here. What basically the prompt I'm giving is what I want to happen to this shot. So here we go. We're going to say, the young girl smiles and holds the flag up over her head while the mother moves down closer to the daughter, both smiling. A slow zoom in press towards the two on the playground. All right, so basically what I just described was her smiling, lifting the flag up higher as the mom's head comes in here, and it slowly zooms in towards them. Under here, I'm going to say 9:16. 5 seconds is fine for me. You can do 10. If you've got the exact same, like a beginning and an ending shot you want to work with, you can do that here, right? So I'm going to say run the command. This takes somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes to do. If you're using this through API, you're using N8N, Make, Manus, whatever, Claude code that's chained together with a Python script on a VPS somewhere, however you're running this, you want to make sure you give yourself a pause of probably 3 minutes or so when you use the API, and this might talk over some people's heads, but you send your data in through JSON, right, which you can basically see what it would look like here, right? Your prompt, the duration, the start image, right, the aspect ratio, and the negative prompt. I'm going to zoom in on that just a sec, right? Here it is right here. That was my prompt, 5 seconds. That's the start image. That's the aspect ratio. This is negative prompt. For people who haven't built agents or anything like that, or don't understand APIs, make.com, N8N, using any of these tools, here's what this all means. JSON is a communication language, right? It's a coding language. It's a way to post in data. Sometimes you can do HTTP posts, you can do JSON posts, there's different ways to do this. But in make.com, for instance, if you've used this, or even Zapier, you can do it. You could make this post, or you could make this code call to this platform, replicate, right? With this prompt, duration, start image, and all that good stuff here. And it would make the image here, and then you could ask it again when it's done and bring the image back, and you never have to come here. So what we've done in the past, which is pretty neat, is we've actually gone ahead and built out a spreadsheet, right, of 100 different shots we need. We create 100 prompts, a negative prompt, and then we just let it go. And in like 2 hours, we come back, we've got a Google Drive folder full with 100 pieces of B-roll. So what do we do with that? Let me explain. We then want, first off, I'm still waiting on this to process. That's why I'm kind of talking to fill space here, but I'll pause in a second. What we actually do with all that B-roll is we'll go then create, let me back up. Let's say we create 10 scripts for a particular industry, whatever, roofing, right? And then we look at the scripts, and we might ask Claude, say, Claude, can you break this down and tell me what types of shots we want to show here? Well, an overhead drone shot of a neighborhood, a close-up shot of a bad shingle, a close-up shot of maybe some damaged roofing from a hailstorm, a happy family looking at a quote, leaking ceiling, water in an attic, et cetera, this type of stuff. Then we might generate all those shots at once. I see my video's done here. And then send them over to Kling, get them made, bring them back to a Google Drive folder. Again, we'll do a video on this. Super powerful way to make your own B-roll these days, right? Look at this, right? This worked really well. This is exactly what I wanted. Slow move in. They're smiling. The daughter's looking straight ahead. Great. So there we go. So this is an intro shot. I'm gonna use this, and it'll be the first shot before our actual spokesperson that's gonna be on the screen. Pretty neat, I think, right? So Kling, again, probably the best to do this with, in my opinion. You can do this right from text if you want, but when I know exactly what I want to make, I'll often make the image first and do exactly what I did. But I'll put the link in the description below to replicate. No affiliate program or anything here. In replicate, you can get Flux. I think I already downloaded that. Let me just make sure. No, I didn't. Let's download it just so I don't have to come back and get it. In here, you've got access to all the different Flux models if you want, right? Flux 1.1 Flow, Flux 2 Pro, Flux Pro, Flux 1. There it is. Flux 1 Dev is the one I tend to use. Flux has another thing called context. Context basically allows you to take the same image you created once, give it to it, and then say, take this same person, but now put them in a car, put them in a sweater, put them outside, put them at the beach, whatever it might be. Static images, of course, not videos. And then, like I say, with Kling, which is the video producer we're generally using Kling version 2.5, but you can do other things here. Like this is a neat one here where you can take one character, right? You can take this woman doing Tai Chi, take this image of Santa Claus, combine them, and voila, Santa Claus does the motion. Won't lip sync, but for B-roll, pretty neat, especially if you're looking for a very specific thing that you want done, right? So that's it. That's today's video. Kling 2.5 plus Flux, creating a really engaging intro for a, whether it be a YouTube short, in-stream video, Instagram reel, TikTok, whatever it might be. Try it. It's the way that we use to get unique intros all the time. I know there's other tools that combine all this, like at HeyGen, they've got all their models. You can use that there. However, I find that they're more expensive to use their other models, right? Hedra, same thing. A lot of these tools have it all built into one. Replicate is about the cheapest place I've found from a cost perspective to make these types of clips. Just for instance, if I come in here, that clip cost me 35 cents. You can see I've done a few of these today, but that one cost 35 cents to make. Ain't bad. I made some images this morning with Flux, 10 cents a piece, right? Pretty good return. So, want to learn more about making generative AI stuff, using all these tools, making ads, making social content? Subscribe, see what else we got coming soon. Thanks for watching. Got any questions? Just ask me in the comments below. Talk to you in the next one. See ya.